Trading Places is presented by
My name is Christopher Jones. I'm with Fish and Wildlife. I'm a wildlife technician too. I'm trading places today with Sabrina Mantanani.
Chris has been on the job with the Department of Agriculture for 15 years, so traversing through the island's jungles isn't a problem for him. I, on the other hand, well, my day started with checking snake traps in Mauricio before catching the ferry to Coco's Island.
No. That's it. It cannot get you. It's up. You see this thing here? The lip? It's up on top of the lip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's a small snake.
It may be small for Chris, but for me, a snake is a snake. I finally whipped up the courage and for the very first time held a brown tree snake.
Leave it really close to the ground.
Okay.
Don't jerk it up, because if you jerk it up, it's going to follow your hand up. Okay, so
What if I let go?
well, if you let it go, it's fine. If you get scared, just let it go. Okay?
Yeah.
With that out of the way, it's time to catch the ferry to Coco's Island, which not only is a tourist attraction, but also a bird sanctuary. Chris's job is to track the KUAM rail or cuckoo birds that were released there almost 2 years ago by the Department of Agriculture. The cuckoo are flightless birds and disappeared from southern Guam in the early 1970s. It's believed the brown tree snakes have driven them to the brink of extinction. Several years ago, rodenticides were sprayed on cocos to eliminate rats on the island in preparation for the release of the 15 KUAM rails. It's Chris's job, and now mine, at least for the day, to track how they're living in the wild. Out of the 15 cuckoo birds released here, the Department of Agriculture is only tracking 2.
The radios failed on some of them because the transmitters only last about a year to a year and a half. So some have slipped out of their harness. They've dropped their transmitters, so we recovered those right away. And then the batteries have died.
So it's not necessarily that they've died.
No, the birds haven't died. The radios have failed. They've died.
Matter of fact, they're thriving.
We have 10 nests that we have found, and I think there's 6 chicks that we've seen. They've hatched in the nest, and then they had 2 on like a camera, so there's 8 confirmed chicks.
Before we got to see the eggs, however, our first task on Coco's Island was to check the mouse traps.
Nothing on the paper, it's all clear.
Okay. Yeah. We'll snap it back.
Yeah, that's it.
The traps have food inside with a white strip of paper with ink in the middle, which I had to replace.
Go ahead and open it up. Change it out. Just grab the paper on the side. Yeah. Still got a coconut, so you should.
All right, stick it back in.
Yeah. Yeah, put it down, face down. There's your ink.
And just put. Okay.
Yeah, put it in the middle.
Right.
Just kind of like paint it on. It's really thick, so it's fast. Yeah, well, that's it.
Good.
That's it. Close it up. You already got your coconut. And I'll just put this in there and I'll throw this one away later.
Okay.
These mouse traps are important because if there are any tracks from the ink, it would alert the Department of Agriculture of the presence of rats on cocos. But as far as our inspection, there are no rats on the island. From here, it's off into the jungle to start tracking the cuckoo birds.
This one goes here.
First, we put the antenna together so that it picks up the signal from the device on the cuckoo bird and walk and listen. We found this nest with 2 eggs, logged it on paper and continued on, this time reaching the other end of cocos trying to track the second bird.
A little bit more. Pick it up and then drop it. Yeah, turn it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now go back.
Yeah, kind of what you do is you twist it. So it's kind of like a bearing. You got a loud signal, then you tune out, and then you don't hear no more. You got like an imaginary. So what you do is you can square up your body. That's what I used to do. So I'll be like, Okay, the loud point would be like that, right? So when I go like this, I don't pick it up until I last pick it up, my foot's here. When I go to the other side, I don't pick it up anymore, and my foot's here. This is the dead center. That bird's there. That's how you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
You gotta do it a while. It's too much, like me.
Evidently, the second cuckoo bird was on the move. We tracked it from the last signal point and had to hurry to catch the ferry back to Maurizo. But before we did that, we had to change out the snake trap and place a dead mouse inside. According to Chris, he's always extra careful because oftentimes bees will nest on the trap's lid, so he's been stung quite a few times. Great.
All right. Exciting.
These are your
Okay.
So in the platter, then lock it. You squeeze it. Then you squeeze the.
Please, which? This?
Yeah, squeeze it together. It's like a closed.
Okay.
Closed trap.
Oh,
There's a little bitty
inside.
hole on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to hold the trap. Yeah. Makes it easier. There you go.
And we're done.
Sabrina, not bad for a scaredy cat. I'm Chris Jones, reporting for KUAM.
Trading Places is presented by